I cannot see you.
Of course you can. Denver Broncos Mile High View, no commercials, no bullshit. And here we're trying to get the bucket man to be able to see me.
I cannot see you.
You can't see me.
No, I cannot. There.
Okay, I can't see you, but I don't need to see you. That's fine. I'm sure that they'll be able to see you. Now I see you. you got. Thank you, Bill Gates, for this software. Thank you.
Bill Gates. You're top five.
Yeah, it's probably got a virus. Comes with its very own virus. Okay, so at any rate, sorry about all the delays here and the technical difficulties. This is like, I guess, breaking old news. This stuff is really old. So, the Walter, I'm sorry, I keep saying Walter, the Walton-Penner group, Walter Cronkite. Yeah, I know. We were trying to speed this up a little bit here. Basically, we've got so many platforms out now just trying to spew front office bullshit. So a lot has been breaking as far as nobody wanting to come here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to put it. But anyway, I'm going to let you start off, and then I'm going to kind of unpackage it or repackage it or whatever. But go ahead.
So Nathaniel Hackett got hired as the offense coordinator from the New York Jets, and also Frank Wright was hired as the head coach for the Carolina
Panthers. Say that all over again because there was a crash. I don't know if they heard that.
Okay, my apologies. Nathaniel Hackett was hired as the offensive coordinator for the New York Jets, and Frank Wright was recently just hired, not even 5 minutes ago, to be the head coach of the Carolina Panthers.
That proves Sean Payton's coming.
Yes. That proves that those franchises. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the sports media in Denver because they're just a real fucking joke. I'm listening to Coffee Break. I did a video on my Bucket Man scouting. I'm going to upload that after my video. But they were talking about how Nathaniel Hackett was the reason why we had a losing culture in Denver.
Okay, hold on a second. Explain Bucket. Explain Bucket Man. Explain Coffee Break. What is Coffee Break?
Coffee Break is basically a 104.3 The Fan side project because they're fucking stupid, and there are people full of retards that get paid by Dove Valley to spew out their bullshit. It's a direct correlation from the organization on down to the sports media. You know, I just want to bring this up, and I lost my shit when I heard this about Nathaniel Hackett causing the losing culture in Denver and why nobody is wanting to come here.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was Vic Fangio. I thought it was all.
Oh, I thought it was Vance Joesph. I thought it was Trevor.
Oh, yeah. And then wasn't it Jay Cutler? Not Jay Cutler. The other Jay Cutler, Locke.
Oh, Drew Locke.
Drew Locke, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. It was Flacco. It was all his.
Was it Case Keenum?
Yeah, I think it was Case Keenum. Wait a minute. Bridgewater.
Okay.
It may have been Bridgewater.
Oh, Bridgewater. Oh, okay. Was it Russell Wilson?
Yeah, Russell. Well, yeah. No. It wasn't Russell. No.
Okay. So I'm sitting up there. I'm stomaching through this bullshit. And they have the balls and the gumption to tell you as a fan, and a lot of people listen to this shit. And you're gonna sit there and tell me yeah, I know, right? You're gonna sit there and tell me Nathaniel Hackett is the reason why no one is coming here because he caused a losing culture in Denver. Let me tell you something right here, right now. You're gonna sit there and tell me with a straight face, and you have the gumption to lie to me again and again and again for 8 years now. You know, I am defending Nathaniel Hackett on this point. That guy was innocent as innocent can be, and I said he was a yes man from the very beginning. And I don't want to.
What else did we say? What else did we say in the very beginning? That this coaching
staff is going to be the most flammable coaching staff in Denver Broncos history. And you could go look at the video archives that he'll probably put that in a link in the description below. But you know, this is why Sean Payton isn't coming here. This is why when Russell Wilson got on the phone and said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Because everybody knows that the Denver Broncos have burned so many fucking bridges that they can't get a head coach to come here. I don't want to hear from anybody, oh, they're taking their time. That's another bullshit lie. If they wanted to hire a head coach, they would have done it already. If Sean Payton wanted to come here, he would have came here or at least got a second interview by now. Okay? I am getting sick and tired of this organization and this media blaming coach and players for the losing culture. I'm going to point the finger directly at John Elway, directly at Joe Ellis, because they are the reason that this organization is shit right now, because of the past years that they have ruined this organization. Ever since Pat Bowlen has been gone from this organization, this has been nothing but a big old clusterfuck. Go ahead.
I would include the Walton-Penner group now in that equation. I would include them now because, hold on, because they had an opportunity, and we said, this is your opportunity to cut it off and say, look, we taken this over under bad management. But what did they do? They do exactly what the trust would have them do. They get very trust-like. And they go, and let me ask you, this media machine that's been created mainly by John Elway, who's a media, that guy knows PR, believe me, I could tell you some stories. But the bottom line is the Broncos have a media machine at that, what's his face, Cecil Lammey was bragging about being one of the best in the NFL for bullshitting the fans. And then came, this conversation was brought up when Mark Schlereth was called out for saying this whole Aaron Rodgers bullshit. But I want to ask you this. Do you hear these same media platforms ever say this about the Rockies? That, oh, no, it's just it's the manager, it's this, it's that, it's that batter over there, that Nolan, whoever, on the Rockies. What's it?
Nolan Arenado.
Or the Nuggets or the Avalanche. Do you ever hear them making excuses for the front office?
No, because they're actually critical. And when you talk about the Denver Broncos, they just put onion layers like it's their fucking job coming from the organization on down. And again, this is the thing that really grinds my gears. And I put this on my video at Bucket Man Scouting. When was it okay for this organization to strive to be mediocre? I mean, when was it okay?
They're begging for mediocre.
No. They strive to be mediocre or dog shit, and I just was not raised like that. Pat Bowlen was striving to be great in this organization. He strived for greatness. I'm getting sick of it. And let me ask you this question. To the media out there, do you strive to be mediocre in your jobs? Do you strive to be mediocre? Do you strive to be mediocre in your personal life? I mean, what the fuck? I do not strive to be mediocre. I strive to be great. I wasn't raised to be mediocre. I strive to be great. I was raised to be great. I want to be great. I want to be good at everything I do, or try to be. I'm not going to be good at everything I do. But when it comes to this organization directly, you're going to sit there and tell me with a straight face that Nathaniel Hackett and George Payton are the reason for this losing.
Oh, did they include George Payton?
Yeah, they did.
They include George Payton. Oh, yeah, we also said that would be the next phase too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Am I having some technical difficulties?
Yeah, you keep going in and out.
Yeah, because somebody keeps trying to call over and over, even though I'm telling them no, don't disturb me. And it's somebody that can bypass my do not disturb. So of course, what else is new? But I wanted to talk about that. You sent me a link, and of these brand new platforms that are coming out, saying that they're being patient. They're trying. We're not like the trust. We're not like that. That was what their message was. Well, I want to say this: if they were being patient, why were they the first organization to put out a list, go contact Payton, all these other people, the guy in Michigan there,
Jim Harbaugh.
Why were they the first? Why did they just leap out as fast as they could? Because they're desperate, we know. And then all of a sudden turn around and say, oh, we're taking our time. No, you have burned your bridges. And again, I just say this to the ownership. You better knock this media garbage off. Start taking ownership of the situation, start looking inward, clear house, clean house. I said, man, if they could blow it all up and make an effort, blow it all up, show that we got all the bad management from the previous administration. I still think they're around, lurking around. I have no reason to think they're not. Everything that I've seen suggests they're still there. There's been those Elway and his little reports. Well, he's still with the Broncos, but he's not with the Broncos. Well, get rid of all of that. Is Ellis still there too, helping out? Get rid of all that.
Do you see this with the Jaguars? Do you see this with the Jets? Do you see this with the Lions? Do you see this with the Houston Texans? Do you see this media? I mean, I don't. I mean, I understand, but it's come to the point where it's getting so fucking old hearing the same fucking media spin for 8 long years now that it's all the head coach's fault. It's all the GM's fault. When are people going to start holding this organization accountable in management? Are we just going to sit there and bypass the bullshit that we've seen for 8 long years? Are we not going to hold Elway accountable? Because let me tell you something. Pat Bowlen, this would have never happened under Pat Bowlen. This would have never fucking happened under Pat Bowlen. And the reason why I'm so pissed off is because it sucks to see how bad this organization has gone through. I don't want to hear that organization goes through lumps like this. They go through valleys like this. Not as bad as the Denver Broncos are. I mean, it's 8 fucking years. And we're going to sit there and say, oh, teams have been going through losing seasons longer than the Broncos. We're heading that direction, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can't accept the fact that there's people in that organization that don't know what the fuck they're doing. I sent you something about Chris Sims and Embassy Sports. They were fighting over the whole bullshit about Condoleezza Rice making football decisions. And
you know where I think that stemmed from was, I think Elway's is part of that search committee.
Yeah.
And there's butting heads now going on. And what did you say about the Hackett thing? It said that they're the political. He couldn't win.
Albert Breer said that he lost the political war in Denver. But
and who's involved in that war?
Elway.
It's not. Yeah. It's not just Penner. I'm sorry. It's not Penner. It's not just Sean Payton. It's not just the GM. There's a lot more to that. We've been trying to be. We're the only people. Really, we have been the only people. That's just why your channel was getting taken down, who's holding the front office accountable strictly. Now it's come to the point where I think everybody else around the league doesn't want to have a part of this toxicity. So you can go ahead, Mr. Penner and Mr. Walton, you can go ahead and you can hire your media to say that you guys didn't do anything wrong. Nothing wrong. All you want, more channels, more of that, but nobody is buying it. You are going to have to take ownership of this situation, get it under control by doing a big cancer removal at the very top. I mean, we tried to explain to the ownership that you had inherited cancer that was already embedded in there, and do not take a page from their script. Do not learn from them.
And who out of everybody out there, who was the one person that was saying that they didn't trust this Walton-Penner group?
Yeah.
I was the only one out there saying this shit, and everybody laughed at my fucking face.
Yeah. This ownership is going to have to go and clear house at the administrative level. They're going to have to. They're going to whatever's still lurking around there. They can't get that. They can't become the trust. They have to distance themselves from that after they clear the administration. Anything that's lingering around from the trust, anything, they've got to cut that out, and they've got to get their own act together and start taking a page from some other where you see success. To step back, and it's not about who you can bribe, the next splashy move, the next Band-Aid. You're not anything away. Stop convincing yourself that Russell Wilson is fixable. Just come down to earth and get it taken care of.
you come down to earth and accept the fact that you guys have been dog shit for 8 years? I mean, dude,
well, it's why they have been.
Because of Elway. Because Elway took everybody out. I did a video on Bucketman Scouting about the importance of Adam Peters, about Brian Zanders. And he got rid of those scouts and brought in Matt Russell and his scouts and all these men.
God only knows what he's put in there. All that's got to go.
Well, exactly. But let me ask you this important question. You specifically, do you strive to be mediocre?
No.
Who strives to be mediocre? Why is
this begging for mediocrity? They're begging for it. They're begging for it. That way they can sell. We're just we're one season away from a Super Bowl if they can just win 9 games. Gotta give me 9, Russ. You gotta give me 9. I can sell the turd. Yeah, that's what got Shanahan fired. Striving for mediocrity. Oh, I can keep my job. Just status quo.
That's what got Jeff Fisher fired.
Yeah. Yeah, but now it seems to be, they're begging for mediocrity. Okay, you want to wrap this up because I don't know if there's an emergency going on, so.
Just wrap it up.
Yeah, just that stop with the media bullshit. Stop having them say that you guys did nothing wrong. There's nothing to see here. It's everybody else. You got to knock that off. Nobody who's going to want to come to you. Nobody who's anybody's going to want to come to you until you get your act together, till you take ownership.
D'Amico Ryans, another yes man. You ready to get D'Amico Ryans? And this is just another reoccurring off season with bullshit and all that. Wow. Well,
if I'm not mistaken, they were building statues, weren't they? With the people came in and reported that all these people that are now putting Payton under the bus, they were building statues to him, right? Saying what great job he did. What happened to that? Didn't we say he was the next on the first? It'd be Nathaniel Hackett, then it would be him.
Yep.
Because that's just how this goes. Never, ever, ever you blame the front office. Never.
Nope.
We have all this media just telling you don't even look at it. It's everybody else's fault.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to wrap it up on that. So it looks like things aren't going so well. To me, it all sounds like things aren't going so well at Dove Valley. That's what I'm getting out of it.
Did we expect it to go well?
No, we expected a more dumpster fire. Now the dumpster fire is right in the front office.
Wants to come here.
Yeah. Does Russell Wilson even seem like he wants to be here?
No, because when he was, he said it in the press conference. Are you sure you want to do this, Seattle? Are you sure you want to do this? And they're like, yeah, because we're going to fleece Denver.
Yeah. And you guess what? You get what you want. You're not with us anymore. Click. That's it.
Yep, exactly.
And that guy is using his body language. Everybody that knows him is saying it. He's like, he's gone. He's on the whole
his mindset somewhere else. So
exactly. All right. Well, we'll wrap this up. That's just a little quickie on the state of the Denver Broncos right now and the media and their manipulation.
Like always.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye.